So how the network address translation or NAT works, let us see and understand it with an example. So we have a private network. This is single host. Let us assume we have hundreds and thousands of hosts, host B, host C, host D, host, name any. So assume that we have a large private network with the private IP. Private IP are fixed. It can be only taken from the right table you see. Now it wants to get connected to the internet, or a destination whose IP is 200.100.10.1. So how the connectivity will take place? The source is 10.0.0.1, which is an IPv4 address, which is a private address. And the destination is 200.100.10.1. But private is not at public, public is not known at private. So when it is passing, it will reach the router where the NAT will take place, network address translation will take place. So how will be the packet will be formed? So this will be the source IP and destination IP. What is the source IP? Initial, first stage. The source will be 10.0.0.1. No problem with that. The destination will be what? 200.100.10.1. No problem with that. The source want to get connected to a server or a website. So now the router will do what? It cannot send that private address because it is not known. So it will embed, it will change this 10.0.0.1 to its own IP, which is a public IP, which is 150.150.0.1. And the destination IP will remain the same, 200.100.10.1. So now this has started from router and it has to reach the destination. So first block is from host to router. The second is from router to the destination. Okay. Now, what will happen when the website or the portal will return back or will respond back? It will return back not directly to the host. It will send it to the router. So this is the source starting. This is the destination starting, which I showed you. And when it will pass the router, the source will change because now source 10.0.0.1 has to be changed because it is public. It will not be known to the internet. So it has to be changed to a public IP, which is 150.150.0.1. And destination will remain same. Now there will be a response. When the server is going to respond, what will be the packet will be formed? The source will be, of course, 200.100.10.1. That is on the internet. Some website portal is there. Now it doesn't know the host because router is talking to it. So what is the IP? Router has already changed the IP. So it will be, destination will be 150.150.0.1. Okay. But when the router gets that packet, it has to send it to the proper host. For that, it will do what? It will do the network address translation. It knows that 10.0.0.1 was changed to 150.150.0.1. So it is my duty to change 150.150.0.1 to 10.0.0.1. So what it will do, the router, while giving it back, it will change its own IP to the private IP. Okay. So finally, when the router will deliver the packet to the host, required host, along with the port number, it will change the source will be, of course, from the server 200.100.10.1, and now it will change the IP to 10.0.0.1 so that it reaches a proper host with a proper port number. So basically, hosts are having in the private network. In this, we have private IP. It has to be converted or translated into public IP so that it can get connected to the internet. And this has to be done one way and another way also. So there are three types of address translation. One is the static NAT. So here the static NAT is all about translating one private IP address to a public one. Okay. The public IP, please remember, will always remain the same. These are the private IP addresses. We know already about that. These are fixed. So static NAT is all about that. One private IP address to a public one. Public is always same. Second one is the dynamic NAT. What will happen? Here the private IP addresses are there, list of private IP addresses they are there, list of public IP addresses are there, so there will be a mapping. There will be mapping from private IP addresses to the pool of public IP addresses. So this NAT will be, the translation will be dynamic, not static. Okay, it can change. Now port address translation, PAT, there will be a question, you may ask, what if we have multiple hosts working with the same application, same port, same thing. So in order to differentiate that, we have to have a port number, because IP combined with the port number, because every application will be talking at certain port. So that port is fixed for every application. So in port address translation, PAT, one public IP address is used for all internal devices. These are all internal devices. Only one IP, public IP will be used. But What will be the difference? Different port number is assigned to all of these private IP address. Okay, one public IP address for all internal devices, but different port number for each private IP address. This is also called as NAT overload. Okay, NAT overload. So I hope you have a fair idea about NAT now. Thank you so much.